Wait. Oh, yeah. Orientation is locked. Okay. Morning. So today we are looking at this is Corey McLean. He is a fellow marketer. Um, what else I must say about you?
Okay, so I'm a marketer. Yeah, I'm a business and
Hold
startup
on.
coach,
Hold on.
and uh,
There you
right,
go.
right. So I do marketing,
Mm-hmm.
startup coaching, and business with like a focus on business model design and branding.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we are looking at 1P in marketing. So we're going back to business school a little bit. So if you recall, there are 4P's in marketing: product, placement, pricing, and
Promotion.
promotion. So we are actually going to look at today. We're looking at the product part of marketing. So
Basically, we begin at the beginning, So, when we're talking about the product, we're talking about literally the thing that you are selling, whether it is a physical, tangible product, a service, or anything combination of the two. So, once we start talking about the product, we we're trying to differentiate ourselves from other people and other businesses, and one way is to look at the components of the product. We're talking about the features, the benefits, and the service that goes around with the product. So, personally, one way that I like to think about it is in terms of cows. Okay, so if you're walking down the street and you see a field of cows, one cow looks just like the other cow. There's nothing interesting or remarkable about any of the cows on a regular field. But say one day you're driving and you pass a field of cows, but one cow is purple.
it stands out.
It stands out. You tell everybody that you ever see for the rest of the day, for the rest of your life, dude.
I saw a
I
purple car.
saw a purple cow.
I saw a purple coat. And they're like,
Right.
you're crazy.
So
No, I'm not.
so why do I like that metaphor? Because that's something that Seth Godin talks about with the purple cow. It is literally a product that is so outrageously different that you have to talk about it. It's literally remarkable, right?
Yeah.
And in terms of marketing, we people usually think about marketing that you have to pay for, so advertising and whatnot. But um, okay, but word of mouth.
Yeah.
Your customers, your real customers, actually talking about the product. That's the best marketing that you can
I
possibly have.
agree. I do. I think that there is a you must be able to use what you have. So if you have one notebook and one pen, you how you decide to break that up in terms of, all right, I'll use two sheets and that is my accounting software. I will use four sheets. That's my list of customers. Like, it really is crucial to know, even if it's a pen here, as you're just to underscore what you are saying, product matters. It matters what you are offering.
Right.
Right.
So in terms of components, we're talking about the design of the product, as in what it looks like, right? Um, paint paint cans usually are round, cylindrical looking things,
Right.
made of metal.
Um, that is a guess. You want to?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So,
We'll be right back.
um, so paint cans are usually cylindrical looking metal containers. But one company, they make their paint in square containers.
Right.
And just that shape alone, you walk into a hardware store and you see a paint can that is basically square, and when you pour it, it looks kind of like a almost like a diamond. You have to talk about it. You have to notice it when
You
you
have
walk
to
in.
notice, right,
On the
right.
on the wall of all the paint brands in the hardware store, you will see that one stand out.
Okay, so for you, what about, say, so you're using a MacBook Pro. What about the MacBook Pro that appeals to you?
Um, but the first most noticeable thing about say just a MacBook is it's metal, right? Um, and why is that interesting? Because most laptops are plastic.
That is true.
As simple as that sounds, that then makes a MacBook stand out. And pro tip, if you are going to claim to be a premium product, then you have to have premium features.
That is true.
So you'd
That's
be
very true.
so you'd
So
be
if
willing
it
to pay
is,
more.
yeah, so like for example, my glasses, I have no idea what brand it is. But what was important to me was that because we are in the tropics, it's important that when I go outside, that my eyes are protected. So there some technology in it that when it's exposed to light, it goes dark. Um, so different different people have different needs.
Right.
So a MacBook Pro may not appeal to maybe 10 of your friends. Maybe because that's just, their preference. But I do agree with you in terms of the product needing to, one, stand out, needing to stand the test of.
The durability.
Yeah, so durability is important as well. These are factors, as a consumer, that go into, okay, I'm going to put my money here.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's on just the design side of it. Packaging. We already started talking about the MacBook, so why not just keep going, right?
Right. Okay.
Mac, why like when you get an Apple product, so this be it a MacBook, iPod, iPhone, any of those things, the way that it is presented to you is in this very clean white package. The only thing that is on the outside is
The branding.
the photo of the thing
Yeah, the logo is usually
on the side.
in the center. So
Right.
consistency matters.
Consistency in terms of the packaging, but the actual feel of the box, the way the box feels, it doesn't feel just like a shoebox, right? But the interesting part is when you're going to open it, it's really hard to open. So you pull, and the cover doesn't just come off. It
Oh.
slowly comes off. It because
So it's like this slow motion video
right,
to go.
and that's on purpose
Oh.
because
Yeah.
it is designed with a certain level of suction inside the box. So when you're pulling off the lid,
You have to work against
the
the
suction
pressure.
inside, and it slowly slides out. Um, from an insider, it says the person said that that suction is calculated to be that way, so that it unveils at that speed, regardless of what product it is.
So we can agree that Apple, the design engineers at Apple pay attention to details.
Of course.
So if I have say I have a lotion business or skincare, so it's definitely important for me to take into consideration that if I am sending shea butter or coconut, something that contains coconut oil, because coconut oil stabilizes at room temperature. So it's important for me to like tape, but that may not look sexy. So these are lessons that, for example, Minka, who has a skincare line, she comes on Will of Creators' IG at 6 o'clock. So I have been there, been along as a we call it consumer or as a customer, where I would give her feedback, and the next time, maybe some months where I purchased from her, and I'd go, oh, So
Something changed.
something changed,
Right.
and I'd always provide feedback. So it's definitely doable to create a global brand here, wherever you are. So you could start with like one product, and if it is your vision, you could always go. You can always diversify.
Yes. Okay. So you have your physical product, and it's beautifully designed. It's a purple coat. It stands out, but it has to be seen somewhere. So, say that you are putting your product in stores. So, say Minka sells in stores, right? And you want that when you approach the wall of products within the same category, that yours stands out in some way. So, the question is, can you do something about the way that your product is displayed that can then help it to stand out among the crowd? What people do in supermarkets for sure, they do these things called shelf talkers.
Oh, that pop up
Right.
thing. So if
So-
you're like save $10, and
Right,
it's
it's
like,
thing is just sticking out of the shelf. And why is that important? Because you might be walking past the shelf and not even look at the shelf, but this thing is just sticking right out at you, and you notice that from a different angle. Say, hey, hold on, let me check this out. What's happening here? All right, things like that. Gondola ends. Gondola ends
Oh,
at the
yeah.
very end of,
Of
the
the
shelf
aisle.
of the aisle. Then there's another shelf that is like perpendicular to the aisle, right? Perpendicular to the
right.
aisle.
Yeah.
Yes, it's right at the end. It's right at the end. And these displays are usually floor to so from floor to the top
Floor,
of the shelf, for one product, and this now gets you a lot more real estate for your product. So you might be looking at, rather than being inside on the shelf, we just got one little chunk on one level.
Right.
You now may have 3, 4, 5 tiers of just your product, along with your branding on the side, top, bottom of the gondola, and that's a very visually impactful presentation.
That is true.
Right now, that's gonna cost some money, but the thing is, if you had one gondola in as opposed to taking more shelf space, then that moment of impact is more powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And of course, the one other thing that we can think about in the product description is the brand. um Apple again. Most laptops, and a lot of them have changed it now. Most laptops, when you are using so they all have the insignia or the stamp on the lid,
Right.
and you look at it, you see, okay, it says whatever brand that is, right? Dell or Lenovo or whatever. But when you open it, you open the lid, it's upside down. It's an onlooker. Apple, on the other hand, when you flip it up, the apple is right side up.
Like right in your face.
So you
Right
can you
in
can
your
see
face.
what it is as an onlooker, not necessarily only as the user of the product.
That
So
is
now you are promoting the use of the product to an onlooker easily, right? Same thing with the iPhone. You put it to your ear, the Apple is facing the onlooker, so
Yeah,
we're looking
whoever,
at you.
right. So um if you are like how we are sitting at a table, so if you had four people sitting here,
Mhm.
before they before they see, I don't know, the door, they would see this because it's recognizable.
Exactly, they'll
Right.
see the
The
insignia on the
logo.
back. Right. Cars. I'm an Audi guy. I love Audis. Mercedes does it very well. You can see that the Mercedes insignia from so far down the street because it's enormous, right? It's enormous. It's large.
It's
It's right
in
on the front.
your
You have to
face.
see it. But it's tastefully done. It's not just big and bulky.
Yeah.
It's tastefully done, and it gives a sense of power, right? It's It's a big body car with a big insignia and a big grill at the front. You drive a Mercedes and you look like, yeah.
Yeah. And then you start attributing
Mm-hmm.
qualities. And it's watching brands watching brands go through the brand cycle
Mm-hmm.
is something I guess I get excited about or passionate about because you go, oh, so they're at this level, so you know they're about to reinvent themselves, and sometimes they don't, and you go,
Or you hope. You hope.
you hope because of what it means to whether you what it means to you personally.
But you know what? Hold on. We did something that is very wrong.
What did we do?
We did something very wrong. We did not explain what a brand is.
But we can always do that
So
in
you want-
another video.
Okay. All right. Cool.
So we're going to wrap up what time? Yeah.
10 minutes. 15. Oh my God.
See?
Wow.
Time,
Cool.
time goes when you're having fun.
All right. So
I don't have a wrap up thing. I just say, no, bye. We'll see you. If you want to join in on Will of Creators, again, we are a global community of freelancers from multiple disciplines. We just happen to be marketers. So we're gonna speak to Minka this evening at 6 o'clock. It will be up in the stories for 24 hours. So yeah, I mean, I hope somewhere from the conversation you learned a little about marketing
and not just advertising.
and not just advertising. Advertising is like tiny in the world of marketing. So, thank you, Corey.
You're
I'm
most
almost
welcome.
sure that you'll see Corey again. Where can people find you if they are interested in coaching in whatever other services that you offer as a coach?
Easiest way to find me is on IG. I am that McLean guy. So that underscore McLean underscore guy. And that is the easiest way to find me. Facebook, I'm Corey McLean. Yes.
So COREY
MCCLEAN. Right.
Okay.
So just drop me a line, check me out.
Okay, great.
Google me.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Wait. Okay.
Muy interesantes.
Yeah, that's why I mustn't drop your phone.